Hey guys, it's Max from Fireside Bears, and today we're taking a look at the absolute stud second-year tight end, Cole Kmet. Drafted in the second round of the 2019 draft out of the University of Notre Dame, or tight end U, Cole slowly developed into a foundational piece of Matt Nagy's offense. Because I like the guy so much and because of the amount of potential he carries in the passing game, I sat down and watched each of his 44 passing targets in the 2020 season to present to you today's video. I collected some data, made some fancy Excel sheets and graphs, and I'm now ready to present to you, the viewer, the Fireside Bears breakdown on Cole Kmet. But before we get started, I want to show off some quick attributes, some raw data that I've collected, and then finally we'll jump into the film, show off exactly how he's being used in Matt Nagy's offense, and give some predictions about what we could see out of Cole Kmet in the 2021 season. Cole Kmet's first half numbers aren't great. Through week 8, 79 yards on 8 targets and 1 touchdown. Second half drastically improves, 36 targets. Now that brings us to a total of 44 targets throughout the season with 2 touchdowns, 243 yards. We saw him used a lot more in the second half because Mitch Trubisky. I'll go into that later. But out of 44 targets, 15 of them I counted were non-catchable, which means they were not even near him, but they were still targets. Completion rate by starting position, he's a lot more reliable on the line than he is off the line. And let's take a look at his total targets by starting position. Again, 61% of the time he receives targets when he's lined up on the line, only 39% of the time flex or off the line. So he's definitely more used as an inline tight end. But let's look at routes run per perception. Go ahead, take a pause here. A lot of interesting numbers here. What's important to note here is that you can tell what route he's going to run based off of where he starts on the line. So if he's on line, he's going to run a flat safety. If he's off the line, he's going to run a hitch. But these are his bread and butter. Let's dive into the film. Cole Kmet's bread and butter is his flat and hitch routes. He overwhelmingly receives a bunch of passes in the flats and the hitch, specifically when he's lined up on the line. Let's look at this clip from North Carolina. See how he's on the line? He peels off and he just runs a nice little safety valve. Now he runs up the field, which is, why not? But look, he does like the same exact thing here. It's on a play action bootleg, just runs a little safety valve, lets Mitch Trubisky. This happens a lot more with Trubisky than it does Foles, which speaks to Mitch Trubisky. But let's see here. Look, he's on the line once again. Boom. Look at this little nice, kind of a weird hitch route, but this is actually kind of funny. The pass gets picked, but look at him take him down. Big man Cole Kmet, not afraid to lay the hit stick, man. Here we go. He's off the line here and just runs up for a nice little hitch. He finds his spot in the zone and he just sits there. That's kind of what you want out of a tight end, especially a tight end like Cole Kmet where he has that big body and he can break those tackles. Might as well give him some open space. There you go. Once again, little flat. Looks like a designed pick play. The camera angle was a little bad, but definitely an interesting play. Once again, that was like a little whip route, but basically a hitch at the end of the day. Some purists are going to be upset at me. But here we go again, that bootleg action where he just has that little safety valve and runs it up for a touchdown because he has that speed. He's not the fastest guy, but he has some speed. Here we go in motion again on the line. A lot of motion for him, mostly on the line. Oh, wow, look at this. I wonder what this play was. Definitely not the same play that we just watched, was it? All right, Cole Kmet loves running people over, and running people over can be fun. So here are some clips of this. But honestly, this is what you want out of a tight end that primarily catches in the flat and the hitch here, is the ability to make the yards after catch. Wow, does this play look familiar or what? Look at the little stutter step. Boom, he just runs people over. So he has that a little bit. He has that underneath speed, which is great. You can see this here. This quick little route. He actually beats the linebacker. Linebacker can't turn around quick enough, and he just pulls a pile of bodies for the extra yards. Once again, this play is going to look familiar. The Bears love this play because they love Cole Kmet. Here he is on an under. Again, he's just there. He's just always there. He's reliable. He's not going to drop it, and he picks up the extra yards, gets a little scrappy here at the end of the play. Here we go again against Houston. Watch this. He's on the left side of your screen. Little boot action again. He's that safety valve. Great throw by Mitch, actually. But look at Cole. He's just throwing the bodies around. That's exactly what you want out of this type of tight end. Cole Kmet has hands, specifically in the contact and contested catch. If he wants to make the next step into a flex tight end, which he can, he has to be able to make more of these plays. He has to be able to catch more of these balls. But look at this perfect dime by Nick Foles. The issue could be consistent quarterback plays that they're not there. Like you said, he had 15 non-catchable targets. But this play right here gets me excited because this is an underthrown ball, but Cole doesn't care. He reaches over the backer's helmet to grab it. and he still fights him off for extra yards. Consistency is never a bad thing, but it's a little boring when you watch the same play over and over and over again in this film, which they did a lot. They used Cole Kmet primarily in one role, which is these little safety valves for Mr. Trubisky off the bootleg. Like, this is not what we want to see Cole regulated to. Hopefully we don't see this with Justin Fields in the pocket or Andy Dalton. Hopefully Justin Fields. But look, Cole Kmet has shown that he has the ability to catch these dink and dunks and run for a couple yards. But he's also shown the ability to catch deep balls and be a deep ball threat. If you give Cole Kmet a shot, an opportunity to prove himself, he will not let you down. I hope we see more of him. Oopsies. Here are some mistakes that he's made. 2 drops. I talk about his hands being so great, but here are 2 instances where they weren't. This should have been a touchdown. He's on the line, right side of your screen. This is an easy touchdown, which I don't really know how. It's in his basket, too. He just kind of drops it and almost is a pick, but it should have been a touchdown. And we see here, this is going to be a deep ball. Look, he's on the left here. He should be able to bring this down. This is something that hopefully he's working on with George Kittle staring at his biceps at tight end U. I think he can make that next step. I'm not worried. There we have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this Fireside Bears breakdown to Cole Kmet. Try to get as much as I can in a short amount of time, get you guys in and out of here. I'm not trying to make a 30-minute long film video. There's a lot to like about Cole Kmet. There's not a lot to dislike. Like we've said, his strengths are very evident. His weaknesses are there, but they're not that glaring. The data proves that he's been regulated to inline, short passes, little dink and dunks, but he's proven that he can do more. And I hope that we see him used more in year 2 of Bill Lazor's offense, with Justin Fields in the mix, with Andy Dalton in the mix. Cole Kmet has a lot to prove, and he has the ability to prove it. And I think that we as Bears fans should be excited to see Cole Kmet flourish into a talent that honestly we haven't had at the tight end position in a very, very long time. Now, is he going to be a Greg Olsen-esque? Maybe, maybe not. I think he's a lot stronger than Greg, and I think he's a better blocker than Greg. But we're going to need to see him more in the passing game this year to really make that comparison. He's working with Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham has nothing but great things to say about him. So if you're looking for a player to watch in the 2021 season, it better be Cole Kmet. Thank you guys for watching so much. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you bear down.